Porsha Denise Williams and Shamea Morton. Listen, I need y'all to report to the congregation, the front of the congregation, right now.
Another week, another show. Got that hot tea, you know. Ooh. Get ready for the unfiltered truth. What she thinks too. On reality, on everyone. Oh, yeah. The real talk has just begun. What she thinks too. Real commentary, real opinions. What she thinks too. What she thinks, what she thinks.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, Marquetta Shanae. What's up? And welcome to another episode of What She Thinks Too, where I'll be talking about hot topics and reality TV. And today, I gotta hop in on this hot topic and this reality TV show that I'm sure many of us have watched and seen and got something to say about too, and that is the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so over the years, I had stopped watching it because, sometimes it can get overwhelming just to see women arguing and fussing and fighting and all of the things, right? So I had stopped watching it. I picked back up on season 15, 16, and now 17. Let me say this. I'm back overwhelmed. I am back overwhelmed and I am disappointed in these two ladies. Now, if you have been watching the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Shamea and Porsha. What is going on? Now, we see what's going on in the limelight. We see what's going on in the show itself, right? But I'm talking about deep down, beyond the surface of what we're seeing. What is going on internally, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that y'all showing out like this? Now, what I'm talking about is the most recent episode, right? If you've been watching all throughout this season, even last season, we saw there has been a breakdown in the friendship of Porsha and Shamea, and it's playing out right before our eyes. But I'm going to be real with y'all. This right here is shocking me. It's shocking me. I'm the same age as Porsha. I think Shamea probably the same age as Porsha too. So I'm going to say I'm the same age as these ladies. And I'm disappointed at how y'all representing for the 45-year-old girls out here. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So it was brought up, and it's been brought up for some time. There has been an issue in regards to some things that went on and took place between Shamea's mom and Porsha's mom, right? And we never knew what those specific issues were because the ladies declined at the time to bring up what actually happened allegedly. So let's start there, right? They got this side, what my mama said, and there's another side, what my mama said, and we don't know what the truth is. Everybody swear like, oh, I believe so-and-so, I believe this person. We wasn't there, and I don't care how strong nobody else's convictions are. The daughters weren't there either, right? So you can only go based off what your mom tells you happened. You weren't there. And chances are we're inclined, as daughters who have good relationships with our mothers, we're inclined to believe the side of the story that our mamas tell us. But in actuality, we weren't there. But anyway, so on this last episode, most recent episode, it was spilled out at the table that Shamea says that Porsha's mother tried to sleep with Shamea's daddy. Now, Shamea. Why, darling, was it prudent for you in that moment to allow that type of venom to come out of your spirit and then come out of your mouth? That piece of information was not for the people who were sitting at that table, nor was it for us. I feel as though it was very salacious. It was snake-like in that moment for her to bring that specific thing to the table in front of these other women who have nothing to do with what is going on. Now, I understand being sick and tired of something, right? You can tell, like I said, there's been a breakdown in communication, a breakdown in their friendship, relationship, all the things, right? And they've just been kind of coexisting up until this point. But that's some nasty work right there. That is some nasty work right there, because why was that the thing that was brought up to the forefront for everybody to hear? We gotta take a look at that. I know everybody's getting like a key and it's tea for me and all these other things, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta take a look at that. What is it in you that allowed that to be the thing that came out your mouth? No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Shamea. And then you don't get to go and then cry and all of the things after you brought this specific thing up and spewed it out your mouth. You allowed the enemy to use you in such a way that it ain't no coming back from that. And not to say that there was even a chance, or, you know what I'm saying, that they wanted to come back into their friendship. But ain't no way I'm coming back after that. The Holy Spirit will have to say, hey, no, I need y'all to fix this. I need y'all back friends and all the things. But it will still take some deep-rooted work in me as a woman to come back to that after you showed me who you are. Not only did you show me, you showed everybody else at the table. Not only did you show the table, you showed everybody who watches the show who you are. And that disgusted me. And then Porsha, wait. I knew you was going to come with that. So since I knew you was going to come with that, I'm coming with mine too. And my mama told me that your mama tried to sleep with your daddy, brother, your uncle. Okay. So let me tell you something. What I saw happening from a spiritual standpoint, right? So I did a video on my podcast about the spirit of offense. And the goal of the spirit of, one of the goals of the spirit of offense is to jump, right? Shamea was offended. Shamea spewed out her mouth. And then that spirit of offense that was on Shamea was also on Porsha. So it jumped from person to person. And then we got these deep-rooted things that were brought up, disgusting things that were brought up in front of other people and brought up in front of the viewers. So now Porsha is now saying something disgusting, just like Shamea said something disgusting pertaining to their mothers. But I go back to what I said in the beginning. The daughters weren't there. Right? So you're taking what your moms have told you concerning the other person, and now that's what's being used in order to further rip the relationship apart. So the offense didn't start with Shamea and Porsha. It actually, of course, started with the mothers. And it has carried on throughout the years. And we're just seeing it unfold in front of our eyes. It was utterly disgusting, y'all. And then to cap it off, right? We get this tweet from Porsha yesterday that says, wait, I'm just catching up here in the Bahamas, excuse me. She was like, yo, I can't believe there are actually people talking about my mother and mentioning my daughter in a negative way. Was this really worth it? Shamea took this way too far. She did. Now, this is where Porsha continues to drag it down to hell. She said, you're not innocent while you've got people discussing my mom because of a lie you told on this show. If we're going to discuss it, keep it between us. I agree with that. If that was going to be brought up, that's a you and her conversation. Nobody else should have been brought into that conversation. And Porsha continued. She said, now let's discuss you. Now see how this went from the mothers to now let's discuss you. Sleeping with your manager who's married to one of your high school friends, as well as a pastor in Decatur who's 100% on your roster, along with many more. Wait a minute now. Now, Porsha. These are the kind of friends we don't need. And it's scary, right? And I'm going to say this, and of course, this is where discernment actually comes in, because y'all knew this about each other already. This should not be a surprise to each person, even though it's a surprise to us. Because, of course, the way the friendship was initially portrayed is though it was a strong friendship that went from childhood up into adulthood, right? So to us as the viewers, as we've been following along on their journey, you know what I'm saying? Certain things have surprised us because of how it was portrayed. But to each person, y'all already knew y'all carried this same type of motive. Y'all carried this same type of MO. Y'all carried this same type of character flaw. And baby, it's just now that the world is able to see beneath the surface. Honey, I couldn't be friends with now one of y'all. I couldn't be friends with now one of y'all, because this right here goes to show, that when you mad, when you upset, this how you gonna act. And now I can't trust you saying, no, but I would never do you like that. She was ... So I had to call her out on it. No, so what if I did, you know what I'm saying, slip into the ... That means you gonna call me out too. And I don't know what my ... might be for you. So, I can't move with you. I can't flow with you. I can't vibe with you like that. This is like, I'm appalled and offended. And clearly my name ain't Paul. I am appalled and I'm offended. Now, I can't let the spirit of offense jump on me. I ain't got time for that. So I rebuke that in Jesus' mighty name. But y'all, this is really, 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 really bad. Because if Shamea don't stop, right? All it's finna do is, you want to listen, y'all. If y'all watch White Chicks, y'all remember the part. So you want to talk about mothers? It's giving that, right? That's what it's giving me. In the words of Saucy Santana, that's what it's giving me. And not only are y'all talking about mothers, y'all are talking about each other, and we know that both of y'all know where the bodies and the bones are buried, and that's the crazy thing. I feel like both of y'all have the potential to blow down the other one's house. Both of y'all have the potential to blow down each other's house. And it's nasty work. It's nasty work. I don't like it, ladies. Y'all probably won't hear this, and that's fine. But for those of you all who are listening to this, don't be this type of person, and don't be around this type of person. There were already signs. Like I say, this behavior is not surprising to them, because y'all have seen each other operate this way. One of the things that I'm a true believer of is I pay close attention to how people talk about people that are friends. Do you tell the other person's business? You know what I'm saying? How you move when you upset with the person? Do you bring information back to the friend group about the... I pay very... Look, I done dealt with some of this. Not to this degree. But I done dealt with some of this. I pay close attention to that. And I'm very, very, very... I'm an only child anyway, so I'm used to, kind of being off to myself. But I pay very close attention. I'm very aware of those types of things. And baby, you won't get my business. I won't tell you much about myself because I've seen how you move when others tell, other people tell you things. I've seen you bring it back. You won't take mine. Anything that I've told you, I don't mind being told. That's how I operate. Anything that I've shared with people, I don't mind being told. Unless I really, really know, okay, I can tell this person this information because I fully trust and they haven't showed up in that way, then I can move and navigate from that standpoint. But all that, I tend to, my friend group is real small. I don't like big friend groups and a whole bunch of people and all this other stuff. And then they get clicked up, sliced up and all this. I don't have time for all that. I don't have time for all of that. But listen, this ain't about me. I am disgusted, y'all. And I hate that it has turned out this way. I don't know how the show is going to carry next season. We'll see what happens on the reunion. Because, of course, that's going to bring about more things, when it comes to the reunion and so on and so forth. We'll see. I couldn't be around you, girl. I could not be around you. Now, one of them, I couldn't. Porsha, you a likable person, right? Shamea, some of the people like you too. Y'all are likable people. But them character flaws that is really like present. This is bad. But yeah, y'all. So I just wanted to come on and kind of give my 2 cents on what I think too. In reference to this Porsha and Shamea situation. Y'all, make sure, listen. I know I didn't start off by saying this, but make sure y'all comment about this. What y'all think about it. What y'all views on it. So on and so forth. And if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the girl. This is my new channel. We're trying to build this up. Of course, I'm going to keep being consistent. And who is for is who is for. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate all the likes, the comments, the shares, and the subscribes. I love y'all. I do have my podcast, which is also available on YouTube, which is the From Faith to Fruition podcast. Y'all subscribe over there as well. And we're also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So yeah, y'all can follow me and listen to my From Faith to Fruition podcast over there. And y'all can follow me on social media. I am Spoiled by God 1, the number 1, over on Instagram and Threads. I am Marquetta Shanae on Facebook as well as TikTok. So yeah, y'all find me, follow your girl, all of the things. Let's keep up with each other. And until next time, I love y'all. Bye.